Will I ever die in this world? I used to think the answer was no, but now I'm not so sure. Strange things have started happening, but to begin with, I disabled the wardens, found an ancient city, and did my usual search for notchapels. And that is every single one searched, with 5 in total obtained. Now to make my portal and fly back home. And you never know, could have been something good here, but there wasn't. This area looks familiar, and here it is, home sweet home. And now to nip down here, drop off all this stuff, grab 5 item frames, and then I'll be able to go to the desert pyramid to place the 5 not... Okay, why is there a gap of 2? I'm sure I filled all these walls. Did I not fill... I'm pretty sure this was all filled up at one point, but okay, I'll just put them there. Looks like I actually only need 3 of these item frames, and either I'm losing my mind or something strange is going on. And now my next priority is to finish what I started in getting 1 of every type of villager. So far I've got a swamp villager, 1 from a savannah, spruce and plains, and of course I've got loads of ice ones, and that just leaves me desert. He can be sent through the nether. And finally, there's the jungle one. And this could be tricky because I'll have to transport villagers into the jungle where they can then be bred. And there we have it. We have got the jungle villager. And to get him back home, I'm going through the nether. It's the only way that makes sense. But to make it feasible, I of course need to go above the bedrock, remake the portal, realize it hasn't quite gone to plan, do it all over again. And this time it's worked properly. And this guy is going to come up here and head straight through. I'll just have my boat back. You guys are not going through. And now let's get you home. There's only 700 blocks to go. I found the blue ice highway, but I'm just going to stick with slow and steady. Now he's all grown up and I've got him back. Now to send him through and put him in a boat. That's 2 of you. And I do actually think I want all of these villagers to live in a room in my house. But I'll worry about that once I've actually got them all home. Alright, swamp boy, in you get. And whilst I transport him home, no. I'm sorry, you can't come as... I can't bring both of you. Okay, if you guys insist, I will come back for the other one later. But I can only take 1 at once. Anyway, whilst I'm bringing him home, do you guys like my t-shirt? I can't actually properly see it. Let me zoom out a little bit. Well, yeah, these are my brand new t-shirts available on sb737.store. Yes, this does confirm that I have ears, and they're limited edition, so once they're sold out, they're gone forever, and if you prefer, you can get white instead. Very nice indeed. This one is now home. I didn't realise flying with your elytra into a boat would have those kind of repercussions. What was that? But anyway, the other one's here as well, and he is going to live in the actual village. Now to move you a bit closer, confirm that flying into a boat is, well, pretty broken, and then grab the final 2, which will be the trickiest. That is unless this river goes all the way back to my base, but it doesn't, which means doing some fancy fishing rod tricks and transporting him over land. It's also pretty cool just how far you can do this. Look at him go. So glad to be back on the water. And with a couple of these, that's another villager successfully home. I'll craft another fishing rod since my last one broke and get busy transporting the final villager. And that is all of them delivered. Although there is one that I am missing. A snow villager. Now, don't try to escape, mate. You're coming with me for a special project. I'll have to come back for one because I can't boat past the carpets and the snow. And they're all doing their little congregation thing over there. So in the meantime, I've got to try and find a place to house all the villagers. Well, I forgot about you guys. I don't know if there'd be enough space in the treasure room, maybe, and... Wait, what? Why is there an elytra missing, and... What? Why is the armor missing? I didn't take that armor, did I? What is going on here? First a couple of notchapels, then elytra and armor. At least I don't see anything else that's gone missing. But something very, very strange is going on. Also, whilst I'm in the area, I will grab this chiseled blackstone and hopefully add a few more bits by the warden. Although he does seem to be a bit angry. He's moving quite ferociously. I'll go as quick as I can. Oh, and he's done his sonic boom thing. That is time for me to leave. I've thought long and hard about it. I reckon opposite this is the most ideal place for the villagers to be. I was going to put them all in 1 by 1 things like this, but I feel like that's really cruel. So instead, I'm going to build them a much larger room to give them more breathing space. This is the design I've come to in the end of going back to being in extremely small spots. Because let's be honest, I've never had a problem with cooping them up in little 1 by 1s before, have I? So why stop now? A big part of the room is going to be glass, plus blackstone, lava, and I think I'll also try a few panes. this. Next, these come all the way along here. And I'll try glass like this. Although realistically, that's going to look terrible. Lava's going to go in the floor. Although I'm going to need a bit more of that, which I have here. Have you noticed that I like the lava floor designs? That's mission accomplished. Need some bricks around the outside. Then I'll add glass, the walls, and finally the roof. I also want it to be a slightly raised roof, so there's a bit of, a bit of definition. In fact, maybe slabs. I don't know, actually. I'm happy with that. I'm also going to get myself a bit of glowstone to go under where the villagers will stand. I quite like the look of this. A few adjustments to the glass. Now I just need the villagers. Starting with you. How I actually successfully get them in could be a bit of a question, but I reckon something like this. You just go in there. Perfect. Now on to the next. There we go. Way easier than I thought this was going to be, although you seem to be trying to escape. No, get over here. Listen, a bit of pushing won't fix. Getting them upstairs can always be a slight challenge, but I reckon with something like a lectern, they'll wander their way up. No problem. All right, now you're in my house. You're eternally trapped, mate. I'm sorry. Just the way things are nowadays. And I'm going to put you here and force you to look at my subscriber count till I hit 4 mil. That's right, guys. If you want to save that villager, then I'm afraid you'll just have to subscribe. Into the middle one, you're gonna go. Next, we'll get Spruce Man. Don't just walk into his boat. I know what you're doing. Villagers just never get any less annoying, do they? Another one up, and another one trapped. This guy just walked up here by himself. Doesn't get any easier than that. To get you out, I'm gonna go through the fence. Always remember, slow and steady wins the race. Well, eventually it does anyway. Up you go, down the stairs, and into here. Also, I wasn't joking. I'm genuinely not moving him till I get to 4 million subscribers. You know what? Let's make it even worse for him. He is forced to sit and stare. Look, he's refusing. But no, you will stare at it for the rest of his days until I get to 4 million. Yes, I know, I'm kind of evil. All that needs to be done now is repair my house. Something tells me the door needs to be like that. And I have these broken elytra in my inventory, so I'm going to go to my gold... I feel so bad looking. But yeah, I've got these broken elytra, so I'm going to go to my gold farm and get those and everything else repaired. That's all now successfully done, and I gained quite a few more levels in the process. And whilst I've been doing projects in my house, I feel like it's about time I sorted this one out, because my aquarium just does look absolutely terrible. Down here's not so bad, apart from these walls need sorting out, and the blue ice walls up here just look too plain. So here's the plan. I drop off all this junk. I do a little bit more work here to try and finish this, although I don't think I'll have that much time. There we go, took the hit. Now we just run down the stairs, reach this little bit from a distance, and that just leaves me the wool at the top to change. I'm getting closer and closer, and then I want to grab all of these and collect all the axolotls into buckets, but oh, okay, I did that wrong, but I'm only going to collect up the yellow ones for now. What is going on up here? Why are you just all congregating to the top? Come on, scram. Don't know what's so exciting about that, but anyway, let's just keep getting yellow ones. I think I got them all. They can go in this chest. Next, I get all the pink ones, and now the white, and finally, the brown. Well, phase 1 of tank cleanup is complete. Now, I'm going to need to grab a pair of shears to pick up the seagrass. I don't want it to break. I'm going to be splitting this big one up into 5 smaller ones, and all the axolotls can be color coordinated. That means doing a bit of a mining thing down the back of it. In fact, I need to mine that as well. And before I forget, I'll grab 4 of these to breed more blue axolotls. The more the merrier of them for sure. Now to grab cyan wool, and of course a little bit more packed ice. Now to build something like this. It's a shame that the concrete up there is going to be wasted unless I mine it, but I can't be bothered. I also think it would look better if I had blue ice around here, so that it's the same on all 4 walls. Now to do the same thing on this line. And if I had enough, I'd do the other 3, but I'm just short. So to the wool farm I go. There's a decent amount here. Nothing crazy, but enough at least. There we go. Now to remove the glass in front of the walls. Make this fish leave because it will die if it stays in there. Blue concrete obtained and implemented. I think this is now ready for me to add the axolotls. Starting with the yellow ones, which apparently I have loads of. I hope I got the right. Oh no, these are the pink ones. Okay, I completely got mixed up with the color, but I don't know if you can all be in here because, to be honest, it's going to get a little bit crowded if I spawn too many. What do you reckon? I think that's enough. I don't want to, you know, make too many of them. Now I'm guessing these are the yellow ones, but again, I could be completely wrong. Nope, I was right. Okay, that's at least good news. I know which axolotl I put in which chest. That should be enough of them. Getting in and out without letting one escape is the hardest part. I'm going to try and breed a couple more of you guys, and I won't need many more to properly fill one of those. Oh, this is looking perfect. I very much like where this is going. White ones in here, and then the brown, which I'm going to breed a few more of because there's not that many. Leaving me with only needing to move the blue ones. Alright guys, into the buckets you get. And there we have it. Axolotl Alley is complete. Now it's time I did a bit of a chest clear up. And I'm not entirely sure what I'll do with all these extra axolotls, other than keep them in storage for the rest of their days, which, you know, it does sound a little bit evil. But evil is it's just what I do. As for all these tropical fish, I know exactly what I'll do with them. Just release them into the tank. I think they'll they'll be safe in here. There's no axolotls to come and eat them. And it does make the tank look that little bit more exciting. Pretty happy with getting that job done. What about these ugly walls behind the glass? Well, if I go 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Lava and concrete behind each one looks so much cooler, and I will improve this top part later. But good progress has been made. I think this could be the moment where I finally finish. Okay, no, he's mad. I thought he wasn't mad, but apparently he's still mad. I thought he would have got over it by now, but apparently not. Can I can I mine a little bit of this then, or is he gonna hear it? Yep, he hears it. Just great. All right, well, I'll just I'll be leaving then. There's always next time. Well, you know what? I reckon I can get rid of these bits. Just mine that, and then fly. In fact, you know what? I'm not running away anymore. I'm not hiding. I'm going to face this warden once and for all and properly finish it. Because I'm absolutely sick of doing one block every 60 million years. So I have a plan. I have an ingenious plan. And would you believe it? It involves these. Yes, I'm going to make something that I've never ever made before in this world. To be perfectly honest, I didn't think I'd ever need it. And I've got the wrong ingredient. There we go. Because it is time to brew the potion of the Turtle Master, and I'm upgrading it even more. Slowness 6, resistance 4. This plan has just got to work. All right, I've got it. Let's see if I can take the hits. Oh, 1 heart. That's right, Warden. Suddenly, you're not strong enough to stop me. I can finally finish this, and this is all I had to literally make. My goodness, we're very much zoomed in here, but there you go. I think it's done. I can't move. Somebody get me out of it so I can fly. Yes, the Turtle Master Potion is ridiculously OP, which is why I'm going to use it again to get rid of all of this in front. I say, you keep going, Warden, all right? You're angry? You don't scare me. All right, you get me a little bit weak. I'll give you that, but don't you worry. Oh, no, we've run out of it. Quick, drink it again. That is not part of the plan. Hopefully, I can just get this finished in time. Just let me get a little closer, you stupid Warden. It's running out again. Come on, SP. We got this. You got this. You've got the fast mining. Go! Whoa, so weak. And I missed a bit. And not to mention that the panda has been killed again. Come on, panda. How does this keep happening? Oh, well, at least everything else is near enough done. Yeah, I just need to get yet another panda. And speaking of which, I can easily breed yet another brown one. Let's see if I can keep that one alive. And since it's snowing and I don't really like being outside in the snow, I'm going to instead grab a load of resources, which includes much blackstone, and build the final tunnel of this hub, which will take me down there to spawn. The entrance is probably the most complicated bit, and I can just copy the other ones for that, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't think there's gonna be too much mining out for this tunnel. That's nicely done. And this is where the pillars go, with more netherrack to be removed. All calculations are done, and everything has been mapped out. So I shall get busy building. And that's as far as I'm going to go in this straight line, because now I need to find a way to gracefully make it go downwards. As you can see, right around this corner below is where the spawn portal is. So how I'm actually going to make this work, I'm not entirely sure. I suppose the roof can come down a little bit, and the stairs could maybe be something like this, or even better, curved like so. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, but I'm just going to keep going. The slabs are as far down as I'm willing to go. I'll just have a bit of an opening here. It doesn't have to be directly connected to this. And this is kind of the pattern I'm going with. I think it looks quite good actually, doesn't it? And the stairs work. Just need to grab the last of these warped warts to continue this down. It's also quite cool how it kind of crisscrosses underneath the other tunnel I built. A real network of tunnels is being formed. I also need more of these now. The netherrack can be chucked. Just going to extend it out one more, so then the roof finishes on an even number. Now for the most annoying bit, which is the stairs. Just putting little slabs in all of these little gaps to make it look a bit better. That's side one done, and also this one. Now to try and make this look good. And it has to be said, I think it looks pretty good along here. I'm actually going to mine away these 2 rows at the end for now. Otherwise, I'm just going to have like half one of these. It's going to look a little bit strange. That includes removing this and the stairs and slab. And with that, side number 2 can be worked on. Look at that, discovered a bit more ancient debris. I found some earlier as well. So that's 3 altogether. Always a nice little boost. And all of the walls are now done. And now this tunnel only requires me to do one last thing. And that is to grab these, craft more of them, and add them like so. Sadly run out of iron for the rest of the chains. This did used to be an iron farm down here. Is it? Well, there's apparently nothing left. Not to worry though, as I do have this iron farm still. Allow me to craft many more chains and lanterns. That's the chains added, and also the lanterns. A repair of the portals is also needed. Had to break a few of them due to hoglins not wanting to come near when I was making a big mob collection. Slabs in front as well. And I do think it's necessary to have this open at the back. That way, if I'm flying out and about and I just want to get back into the hub, I'll have a way in. Otherwise, I don't know how I'd get in. I'd have to like go via spawn or something, but instead I can just get in. Did a piglet just go through? But yeah, it definitely makes things easier. And that's another job well done. The nether hub looks amazing. Although something that isn't looking quite as good is the durability of my tools. So a bit of XP from the gold farm is needed. That's everything sorted. This poor guy is still being forced to look at the subscriber count as it ticks up, but I'm not going to worry about him. Instead, I must focus on building a new house for Fred. I'm not going to make him live like a peasant with all of these other villagers. No, instead, you're going to get your own house. Where exactly I'm going to build that, I'm not too sure. I reckon back of the village on this little bit of mountain is the place it should go, which means nipping back to my house to grab more glass and... What the heck has happened to my head? What on earth? It's not like set on fire or something from a lightning storm. I don't think so. What on earth is... This supposed to be pride and joy. There's a sign here. What does it say? I'm back. Who's back? What on... Okay, I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to rebuild that at some point, but that is, yeah, that's not good. I like my head. What's wrong with my face? If you've got something to say about it, guys, you might as well say it now. Anyway, the priority is get a bunch of grass blocks and some dirt, and I will fix you later. Because for now, I've got a mountain to connect. That should be enough space cleared out. Now to grab all the materials needed to build this house. Everything I need for this build is right here. Although there's something that I have one problem with. Only 2 sea pickles. In my entire storage, I've only got 2 sea pickles. So I think it makes sense for me to really quickly build a sea pickle farm. They're so easy to make. Just gonna require a few dispensers, pistons, observers, and all of these other items. I think I'll build it right here by this nether wart farm. This looks like a good enough place. It's a very straightforward, small, simple build. The piston with observers is what's going to make it keep ticking over and over again as they are facing each other. I've got a piston here. These 2 dispensers are going to be putting out the bone meal. I'll put a little block there. Then I can place the water that will keep the coral from dying. The water will allow the sea pickles to spawn, and then I just need a rail, and I need to push my hopper minecart. So it goes in line with this wall, so it's over the hopper, then the rail can be broken. It should actually go into the chest, which is it's nice. Let's see. Like it did. So at least I know the collection system is working. Put my only 2 sea pickles there. And now I just need some bone meal. How's it looking, buddy? Is it going up? A double chest with 3 hoppers will probably also be useful. And bone supplies are not looking too good. But anyway, these are going like so. And then I can put a chest on top. And that is what I'm going to fill with bone meal. And where shall I get all that bone meal? Well, of course, from the EOL farm, which has absolutely loads. Having all this should keep me busy for a while. I can go in there. I'm gonna grab even more chests and hopper, because I don't want this to get too full, so I'm just going to go like that, and then I'll have more than enough space for the sea pickles, especially since the plan is just to completely craft loads of bone meal, fill these up, and I can set the machine off running. As you can see, sea pickles have been bone meal already, it's become 4, and then more get done there, and as one grows, it moves that coral, which breaks the sea pickles, and they very quickly fill up this chest. Plus, the beauty of it is that I don't have to be there for it. I can just leave it running in the background, let it use up all of the bone meal, and I can crack on with my other projects. And speaking of other projects, I could do with making these into slabs, like that, grabbing a load more wool, and going back to the warden's pit. Yes, I don't always enjoy coming here. Is he still angry at me? Come on, bro. Don't tell me you're angry. It seems like he might be, though. I've got to be a little bit careful then with what I'm about to do. Okay, yep, I've got to be very careful. Run for your life, SP737. I don't know why he never calms down towards me. But at some point, I just want to finish a few things there and get another panda in, which is apparently easier said than done. And whilst I was doing that dangerous thing, the sea pickles have been flowing in, although it looks like something's not quite right. For some reason, the piston got stuck. So I'm hoping doing something like this may help, although apparently not. Instead, I'll have to break that, replace it, and everything should once again work fine. I think unloading the chunks is what causes the problems, so I'll just chill here for a bit. And that is all bone meal used up, and a much healthier amount of sea pickles. Thanks for your patience, Fred. I now feel like I can finally start building the house. It involves a lot of dark oak and normal oak. The only difference is I want it to be stripped dark oak, so that's going to take a little bit of effort. Get the feeling like I might need to mine that bit away, because this is where I want to build it, because I don't want to be like behind that so you can't see it. These pillars need to be 8 high in total. Then to get them stripped, I'm already starting to think that I cannot be bothered with stripping them every time I place them. So, you know what? We'll do this, and then we'll just Can we do something like that? Yep, that does work. And I'm not forgetting about all the other ones in here. They too can be stripped ahead of time. And I've realised if I just double right click, then that's the best way to do it. There we go. This is going to make life much easier, especially considering these need to be 14 high in total, which does require quite a lot of logs. Now to add beams running all the way around the outside. The front and back have another beam, and then one block above that we're going to kind of snake around a similar thing. Next I'm going to begin work on the roof, which is going to be pretty straightforward to do. And the reason it's so straightforward is it's just basically a repeat of the same pattern over and over again. Front's going to be a little bit more complicated, but we're going to do something like this with slabs to finish it off. Now for a little bit more decoration. Looking pretty good. It's ever so slightly beginning to look like a house. So now I'm going to copy the exact same thing onto the back. There we go. Mission accomplished. Complete with the trapdoors and slabs. Now to connect them both up using slabs. Top of the roof is going to be like this. It'll have a nice pattern to it. And I just need a plank to go in the middle. Now to do a little bit of work on this tower. It's going to involve the stripped and the planks. No, the slabs. Okay, you know what? I'm losing my mind on what these things are. But on these bits, I need stairs, and thankfully, I've remembered what they're called. I won't forget those. Now to build it all up a little bit higher, and I'm just doing that little point at the top, but I'm missing something. That something is a wall. I should have the fence. Yeah, the fencing are there. Adding these really just brings it all together like so. Here I'm going to be building a couple of pillars, and then we're going to make a miniature roof that connects to the big roof. It's actually going to be done in a very similar way to how I've done the other ones. Just that same pattern of plank, stairs, upside down ones, you know, all that. Okay, I've done it wrong. There's me trying to make it all sound easy, and then I go and mess it up. But now I'm on the right track. This bit connects to the roof like so. And that's pretty much all the beamy kind of things done. Now I can start filling things in with oak so that it doesn't look all the same colour. This bit is pretty simple because it's just going to be alternating with stairs and planks based on what we've got in front of us. Unfortunately, the other side isn't quite as simple because we've got this double roof thing, so we've kind of got to do a bit of, you know, going around the corner. But once it's finished, it will look good, and I can repeat this bit onto this section, so that is very handy indeed. Looking good. Now to repeat it. There we go. Kind of annoying that the snow is snowing. It's just going to mess up my build, I reckon. Although, considering they're all stairs or slabs, like, this is the only one something could go on, so it's not actually that bad. And looking at the time, I can sleep, which is even better because it stops the snow. Now, it is tower time, which is pretty straightforward. It's just going to be like that on all three of the sides. Mission accomplished. It's looking pretty good. Now for some more walls. And now for the exciting bit where I actually get to use some mud bricks with a window in the middle. And all these windows are getting decoration around them, not just going to be plain on their own. They're going to make themselves look good. As you can see, we've got the same on that one up there. And on this grass, I think some flowers would look good, but I didn't really have any to hand, so I shall have to try and grab some from here. In fact, I feel like there's not really any good ones other than just like poppies and saplings. So I'll place those down and grab something nice like a fern to go down here. I will need a few more plants for later on in the build as well, but I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And there's nothing like using pistons as decoration, so I'm going to break something like this. Actually, that might be wrong. I'm going to break 2 blocks and then place a lever, and then the piston can go like that. Look at that. And it kind of just makes it look like it's a bit of a table, something like that in the wall. Lantern for a bit of lighting because, you know, it's needed. And then we've got a bit of open space here, so I'm just going to fill, okay, well, not very well, as I was saying. I was going to fill that in and put a lantern there. Now for all of the other walls, I have to say this upstairs bit looks very, very cool. And it's a different pattern on the back, but it still looks very cool. And I want flower pots in front of the windows, but I put a cornflower in this one, and I just feel like it looks a bit dull. I think orchids look a little bit nicer. So I'm going to grab 2 more of those and a wither rose as well, because why not? I just hope Fred doesn't go anywhere near this one, because it could be a little bit painful for him. And I think the lighter blue, yeah, definitely looks brighter and nicer. This is the final bit of the exterior I need to do, the final little bit of wall, so we're just going to have this go all the way around. Then I need some stairs, one upside down, one the right way up, glass in the middle with a couple of trapdoors at either side, and that is it finished. Well, at the very least, the exterior is completely done. And I'll tell you what, I think it looks good. There's a lot of detail in there. There's a bit of a I suppose that gap's meant to be there, but yeah, it's a lot of detail. It's I think it looks good, but the inside needs sorting. On this bit, I'm going to have ladders going all the way up the side just to there. In fact, I'm going to go one more up, and then I can just have a nice little slab right there with a chain and a lantern attached. It is going to be a 3-story building, but I guess Fred's probably only going to be able to use the bottom one unless he decides to risk his life and climb up ladders. So I'll leave it up to him to decide just how confident he is. I'm going for a bit of a checkerboard pattern here, which is quite cool, because it's the same, but I'm using the directionalness to go and do something like that. There we go. Now we're going to add a staircase, because I'm starting to feel bad that the ladder would have been the only way up and down for Fred. It's also time that I can bring out the old stripped oak logs to do this. The beams of the roof look pretty cool, and then I'll have another staircase like this. So once again run out of the stripped dark oak, but thankfully I had some spare ones that can still be stripped. Looking very nice indeed. Now to tidy up this roof, it's a little bit all over the place, so we can, you know, decorate it with stairs, and gaps can be filled in to hide the stuff behind it that I don't want anybody to see. And with that, all the ceilings and floors are complete. Now we can get on with the interior. All sorts of interior decorations are going to be added. Right here, I'm actually going to do the exact same thing as I did before to like decorate. I always forget though to turn it on. I mean, it's a rookie error, isn't it? But if you don't do that, it's not worth doing. A lantern there will make sure no mobs spawn down here, because I don't want Fred to get into any trouble. An armor stand will fit quite well there, but you know what? I've got to put some armor on it as well. Only the best for Fred is what I always say, which is why I'll craft him some diamond armor. He's not getting anything more than that. I bet he was hoping I would leave him some netherite, but no chance. This is going to be the bedroom. He's got a little reading station, and because this is kind of his reading desk, I'm going to make a little chair for him to sit at, you know. I'm not going to make him stand all day, poor Fred. I'm also going to go out in search of a few more flowers. And do these big ones go in a pot? I can't remember if they do or not. Only one way to find out. They don't. So instead I'll have to opt for some slightly smaller ones, which is no problem at all. That's also the last of the flowers in the entire house. I ain't doing any more. I'm sick of going out and picking them. There we go. One there, one there. And I was going to have sea pickles as decoration, because they look like candles, but I've realised, you know, we actually have something better than sea pickles for candles. Yes, we have actual candles that you can light. Also, book and quill here will just make... Look, it looks so much better now that there's a book on. And I'm sure Fred won't mind if I just, you know, break in his new bed for him. Now it's time to get up into the attic. Add some lanterns. And I also need to get this place looking a little bit better. It's still a bit bare. Thankfully, bookshelves can make everything look much, much better. I also lied about not needing more plants. I think some plant pots there, and maybe one there would be good. Maybe even one there. I don't know. I'm also going to put this here, so it's actually a functional room, would you believe it? Functional room with an anvil. So I think once I've put those slabs there, I don't think I need any. I'll leave those alone. You know what? Never mind. I think that's going to look good. Yeah, so I'm going to get one more flower pot, 3 more flowers, and then Fred's house will be done. And then I might go ahead and fix my head. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That's that crafted. These are 2 of the plants that I choose. And I never thought this tiny little cactus farm I made would actually be useful, but I'm going to use a cactus from it. It's so ridiculously slow compared to the really good one I built. But hey, I got some usage out of it. And so these can be placed all in around here. And it's job done. It is now fully complete. I think a grass path might be nice that connects up to the rest of the village. There we go. Very nice. And yeah, I'm then going to make it so that the fence goes all the way up as well. So that means grabbing lots of these. I actually don't think that's going to be enough. So a load more will be crafted as well. That still might not be enough, but I'm going to hope for the best. Very nice indeed. Yeah, it is possible to get up and down. I reckon a gate or 2 might just be necessary for security reasons. The gate there looks terrible. I'm actually going to have to get something else. In fact, with doing a bit of thought, I've realised, well, I didn't actually realise this before, but gates can actually go on grass paths without breaking them. So that's a bonus. I think everything's, yeah, there's no... I've just got to make sure there's no way to escape. So nothing can get in, nothing can get out. Gates can go like this. It's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. All that I need now is to go and get Fred. And since he is known for being a little bit stubborn, a boat and a fishing rod will come in very handy. Here we are at the bottom of obstacle number 1. That's exactly why I've got the fishing rod. Prepare for the ride of your life, Fred. Should be a pretty exciting one. Oh my goodness, you weren't meant to go that high. But at least you're okay. Nothing bad happened to you. You got to the top, no problem. Hey, you get a free house and you get a ride. And the plan worked perfectly as well, so it's a win-win. Welcome on to your new house. He loves it. Look at that. Straight in, straight upstairs, and straight onto his new bed. No one's been sleeping in it, all right? You enjoy your new house, and I am going to fix this head in 3, 2, 1. And my head is back how it should be. I'm very glad to have that back to normal. Looks like the swamp villager I released into here is thriving in the area. But to be completely honest, I should probably tidy up this one. Why are there so much? What? Why are all the chickens down here? Where did you guys come from? And it looks like you've eaten all my chickens. This is not on at all. Don't go back in there, chicken. It's a bad idea. Trust me, it's going to get you. But maybe, just maybe, it would be in my best interest to make a proper home for the foxes so that they don't keep... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, chickens, you're all dead. I was going to say, they need a proper home so that my chickens do not keep getting eaten. Now then, let's see if I can actually catch you. Come on. Don't run forever. There we go. You're coming with... Okay, apparently you're not coming with me. Apparently you have to be a little bit more careful with the lead. But that's you back to where you should be, not eating my chickens. And yeah, I'll make them a proper home at some point so that, yeah, we don't have that issue anymore. But before worrying about that, I should probably get rid of this menagerie because it's not really needed for now. It just ends up having loads of golems trapped. It's a mess. There you go, guys. Be free. How does it feel to be able to go into the outside world again? And this little area is looking much nicer. I can also grab a load of eggs and hatch the chickens back. It's actually a massive mess, this village. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm realizing some quality of life fixes definitely need to be made. Snow will be useful for that too, because then I can bring this out so it's kind of all in line with the rest, because at the moment, I don't know, just don't go where I'm trying to build. That's it. Get out of there. But yeah, I feel like we've just got this strip of like raised area, then it just comes down there, and it don't really make sense to do it at that point, so I'm gonna go like this and get loads of snow down on top. The farm pens definitely need to be improved. Like, I made this so long ago, it's been a long-standing thing, but it definitely needs a little fix. And there's just random holes and stuff, and you just wonder why on earth are they there? Looks like this was from a creeper blast. I'm going to fill in as much as I can. All right, get out of there, come on. And the golem just about seems to be cooperating, which makes this area look a bit nicer. And you know what? I'm taking things an extra step further. I'm going to grab actual snow blocks and place those in areas where the lanterns are melting the snow. Oh my goodness, I just punched him. Okay, that was an accident. All right, I am sorry. Oh, now I've got to put him down, all right? I don't think any of the other golems are going to be angry at me, but I didn't want to have to do this. Golems are also incredibly dangerous. Like, a few hits and I'm dead, even with all my armor, so I've got to be a little bit careful against him. But oh well. It was either me or him, and I'm in charge of this world, not him. So I'll just get back to my little village maintenance task. I don't know why I didn't do this ages ago. It's so much better. And the snow has come as well to kind of help me out. I think I can just put layers here, can't I? Tell you what, my only regret is that I didn't bring more snow. I've only got one stack left. For example, the blocks under these beds to be made to snow looks way better. Has to be said, a bit of TLC has been long overdue for this village. I'm even going to go back and collect way more snow to make sure that I properly finish the job. Also, this makes no sense. How on earth can that look like that? If I replace it, it changes. And it's annoying me a little bit. I know it's a cool glitch, but we're getting rid of it. No time for cool glitches when you've got OCD going on. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this bee. It's literally been stuck there for years. Is it like over a year? It's been thousands of days it's just spent flying at this one spot. Poor thing. Although that doesn't mean I'm going to free it, because, you know, it's part of tradition now. Can't start messing with history like that. Start placing it down on all the grass around the Emerald Palace. Because this isn't technically in a snowy biome, it's in a normal tiger one. I'm going to be quite busy now. But hey, I still think this is definitely necessary. It did not take long to run out at all, but I have a secret plan. It's not exactly groundbreaking. I've just got a snow farm here. So I can get more snow layers extremely fast. Look at that. Filled my inventory already. And so it's back to work for me. I'm starting to wonder why I started this project. It was meant to just be a few fixes in the main area, not completely snowing an entire area. But at the very least, it's nearly done, which is very good news. Just ran out of layers again. And look at this. Even this May bit still needs loads. Even this wall needs finishing. Blimey. I didn't know that. I would have fixed this ages ago if I'd have realised. Although now I've run out of snow blocks and snow layers, which is a bit annoying. But I'll just focus on the layers for now, and now I can get back to placing. Is this guy trapped? How long have you been stuck in these leaves? I think this tree must have grown and left him stranded. I'm so sorry about this, good sir. I'll just get rid of this tree so it never happens to anybody again. Poor guy. Who knows how long he was trapped there. My theory that he was a baby villager and went underneath the tree and then grew into an adult and got stuck. That's just the kind of thing you'd do, isn't it? But at least now he can finally enjoy life as an adult. And now I can grab a shovel that doesn't have silk touch on it and get all the snowballs to make snow blocks that I could possibly need. And I think it's done. I think all weird bits of grass and stuff that shouldn't be there have been removed from this village. It is a completely snow one everywhere. Not beyond the boundary, by the way. I'm not doing outside the fences. That'll take me all year, probably. But I'm very pleased indeed with that. I might as well do the same just around my house. It should make things look just that little bit better. Also not sure why there's an azalea bush there, but not one there. I can't for the life of me remember how to get him on. I think you just need to bone meal, like, the ground, like a moss block and stuff. Or something like that. I would just like to say that I've got some anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And it can be planted there. Much better. That's a nice little improvement. And that's enough snowification for me. It's one of those things that once you start it, it could just go on and on forever. But now there's something else that I want to sort. You see, I'm a bit sick and tired of these furnaces just always never have any coal in, you know? They're just always a bit short. In fact, I'm taking it all out now, which seems counterintuitive. But yep, all coal is coming with me and going into storage. Instead, I want to use a different item to fuel it, an item that I can get loads of much faster than I can get coal. And that is blaze rods. Just need to turn off this lever so that blaze can spawn. And very shortly, they will start coming through this portal. Then I can grab my sword and get busy taking them out. I should have got absolutely loads and loads of resources from this whilst I've been starving. The beacons have been saving me. I'll take these shulker boxes and just look at this. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got more, well, okay, maybe not filling up these ones particularly, but these ones are very, very full indeed. Makes me wish that I brought more shulker boxes. But I'll just carry as many as I can in my inventory and fly back home. Every single furnace can be loaded up with this new fuel, which does solve that problem that was annoying me for quite some time. Now to fly on down here, grab 3 orange dye for the shulker boxes, and then they can go into storage. And now I can get started on my next project, which is good. Wait, do you hear birding? What on earth is going on here? Why is my house on fire? What the heck? This is not good. This is not good at all. I need some water or something. My whole house is kind of... No. This is bad. At least the roof is made of snow, so it could be slightly worse, but the carpet's on fire. Oh my goodness, this is very, very bad. Why is it on fire? This has been absolutely fine for ages. Why on earth what has gone on? I think I've got rid of it all. No, there's always a little bit here. I mean, it could have been worse. It's a good job I got back when I had. I don't know how long that burning had been going on for. Really not good at all. Do a few minor repairs, but to properly fix it, I'm going to have to get a load of resources in. And that won't happen overnight, but at least everybody seems to be okay. Especially my villager that is forced to look at this forever. Yep, that's it's very important that he sees it. And what's this sign say? This is only the beginning? What on earth? What? This burning me house down? Oh, my head was destroyed. Is that... Well, at least that's still okay. Very strange things have been happening lately. It looks like Fred is still okay. That's it. You get some sleep, mate. There's nothing wrong in the world. I'm just glad that the damage wasn't too serious. Well, my bed's alright, so I can at least sleep in my bed for the night, which is always a bonus. But yeah, I'll fix that later. Instead, I want to focus on a farm that... I don't know why I haven't built it sooner. You see, to get vines... I have to fly like 1,000 blocks in that invisible direction just to get them from a swamp. So in my opinion, a way to farm them would be very, very handy. Whilst we're on the subject, I'm thinking, if I just fall... Oh, but yeah, if I just come down here, I'm thinking if I just move this so that this is moving way faster, I'm hoping that should keep him much more occupied and make it so that he doesn't detect the panda, it doesn't detect anything else, and it keeps him much, much busier. Although there's only one way to find out. I'll have to do some placing and see if he actually picks up on it. Okay, it looks like he's still picking up on stuff. I'm also thinking I only actually need... Oh, okay. Gotta be careful down here. Uh-oh. He's actually angry at me, and I'm stuck underground. If he sonic booms me, I'm in trouble here. I'm just going to stay calm and collected. We're alright. So I've just got one of them annoying him now. See? Yeah, we angered him. Good job I got out of that hole whilst I did. So even with all of that going on underneath him, he still prioritizes attacking any players. The way this farm will work is going to be so simple. Thankfully got 61 vines already, which does make life a little bit easier. The only thing I will need quite a few of is water. I'm building it by the sea pickle farm because I think it just makes sense. So it's just going to be a case of building a border like this. The longer the better. I reckon right here I've got a big enough size. Although you know what? I'm extending it by a bit more, actually. You know, you can never have a farm too big, I always say. Plus, I've run out of building blocks. And I'm going to need a load of grass blocks to fill this in. Looks like a trip home is needed. Plus, a shulker box for all these buckets of water would be kind of useful. And at this rate, one stack of sides just ain't going to be enough. I'm going to grab some glass, stone for stone bricks, and grass blocks to fix the terrain. First things first, I'm going to start filling all this in. Then the walls can be done. And yes, this is going to be way bigger than originally planned. But if it was too small, then it would just take forever to get all of the vines. There we go. And now for the very important bit, adding the signs, the ice, and the water. I also don't really like it that there's just grass under there. So I'm going to find a different material that can be the floor, such as diorite. And you know what? Not just any old diorite, polished diorite. I think it'll look good. And I'm also going to need to waterlog the source blocks. Otherwise, they would become ice. Starting to realise just how massive I've made this. It's absolutely huge. And I still need to add the top bits where the vines will grow from, which I'm just going to do now so that the vines can be growing whilst I build. And I think a glass wall is also very important so that no vines or anything fall outside. I'll get them planted down. There's space for a few more on this bit. And whilst they grow, I'll craft more signs and get back to building. That's all of them done, and we've got a few vines growing, so I'll get them harvested and planted along. Now to get more of these beams added, looking good. More vines to harvest and place down, which leaves me with just 2 jobs remaining. Actually, never mind, it's 3 jobs. Add the diorite, the blue ice, and the water. I'm hoping that because there's vines above the water, it won't freeze. But whether or not that actually works, we'll just have to see. Right now, it's Operation Make the Farm Look Good, which is sadly going to take quite a bit of effort. Although I have now run out of blue ice, which is kind of annoying, because it's not exactly like it grows on trees. No, in fact, it's actually quite a hard thing to get. Although there is another stack in this chest. Very, very handy. I'm glad I keep my chest room well stocked. And now I can get straight back to work. Thankfully, I have now made it all the way around the edge. And the fact that my water has been freezing has actually given me a little bit of an idea. Instead of trying to use all of these water buckets, which is annoying for inventory management, I can literally just pop back home and then head down to my chest room, and do you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of ice. Not blue ice, not packed ice, but regular ice, because that's like a bunch of water buckets in itself. I will also need all of those signs. And then I just head all the way back up, grab a fortune pickaxe whilst I'm here, because it could be useful, and turn ice into water and waterlog it. Yeah, this is definitely going to be faster. Look at the speed that I can just go ahead and do this. It's literally just a case of placing the ice, breaking it, and placing a sign. And if I want to skip out the pickaxe because it's too much complication for my brain. Okay, that doesn't work though if I do it in the wrong order. But yeah, if it is too much complication for my brain, I can literally just use my fist to break it anyway. As we all know, I sometimes just like to keep things simple. And this is definitely 10 times better than fumbling around in a shulker box every 2 seconds. And as I'm doing this, I'm just starting to realise how massive I've actually made this. So much so that I have run out of ice completely. And there's still quite a bit to go. So I'll grab more from here. Plus, I'm going to need to craft plenty more signs to finish the rest of it. I'm nearly there. Just this final strip to go. And I wasn't sure I was going to have enough signs, but I definitely actually have more than enough, which is nice. That's all the water done. I'll grab my shears and get rid of more of these. Over a stack just from that little amount, which allows me to plant at least 1 more row. In fact, it nearly allows me to plant 2. But I have still run out and I need quite a lot more before the farm is fully ready to use. So I'm going to grab some rockets, fly far away till I get to a jungle, and then I'll gather up lots of vines. I gathered up so many vines that my shears broke. There's quite a few in this shulker box as well. So now I can fly on back home and get to work placing them all down. I'm so glad that me having to go out in search of vines will be a thing of the past. But to be honest, the vines I just collected from the jungle probably would have lasted me forever anyway. I could have just put them in storage, but no. We've got to make a farm because then it's renewable, you know. Who knows, I could still be here for another 5,000 days and I'll think, I'm glad I made that vine farm. I don't know when I'll think that, but you just never know. There we go, that's mission accomplished. I have quite a lot of spare vines as well, which isn't a problem since they can just go into storage. And I'm going to grab a few redstone components because I've got a little plan and it's going to be a little bit complicated. So complicated, in fact, that I'm going to need to craft a couple of these comparators. And another important thing to do is just cover the top with glass because I do not want phantoms to spawn and to swoop down on me. If I made it 1 block lower, like to be at that level, I don't know if the vines would spread onto it and go everywhere. So just to be safe, I'm moving them a little bit further above. Has to be said, there's going to be a lot of glass needed for this. The good thing is though, whilst I'm doing all of this, the vines are growing, so I'll actually be able to use the farm by the end of it. At least that's the plan anyway. That's mission accomplished. Now for the fancy bit of redstone. So we'll actually require a couple of pieces of stone to be made into a pressure plate. Then I'm going to replace this sign like that. Next, a hopper going into it. And this is where things get a little bit more complicated underneath. I want a redstone torch. And then another hopper, I think probably, I don't really know what I'm doing here, can you tell? But that can go like that, into a chest, comparator here, and it's just a simple little auto sort of thing there, with vines. And one last thing that I'm missing, with that, it's kind of handy that I can just fly into my house. I do need to get it fixed, but the front door is unnecessary. But yeah, I do just need some blockers and a load of iron. Now the plan is just to add the blockers to here so that only vines can filter through. And right here, I can have loads of shears, so every time I go past, I get a new pair of shears given to me. But if a vine ever got into here, it wouldn't end up getting to the dispenser because it would end up in this chest down there. A foolproof plan if I do say so myself. And I would just like to make 1 extra pair of shears. Then I can swoop over to the village, into the OG trading hall, grab some emeralds and books, and then I need to buy efficiency, mending, and unbreaking. Then I'll put them all together and get my very powerful shears back. Next it's time to grab a boat, as well as some wool, and a bit of bamboo. Then I can breed yet another brown panda. Where's the baby one that I got before? I'm not sure. I can only assume it drowned or suffocated. That's very sad, but anyway, we've got a new baby. Come on. This time you're just going to be transported in the boat. Pandas just seem to die way too easily. Anyway, let's get you to the top of these stairs and into the boat. This bit is nice and quick, which is always nice. I could be wrong, but by the sounds thing, this warden is... Yeah, you're still quite angry at me, aren't you, Middy? Little panda, for now, that means you're just going to stay there and we'll sort you out later. I've just noticed that glass supplies are actually quite low. I've only got those in the shulker box. So it might be an idea just to get a little bit ahead, grab a shulker box of sand, and load up the super smelter. I love this bit. I've put them in and noticed that at some point, any moment now, they're just going to all click into gear at the same time. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at them all together. Very nice distribution. And it all goes into this chest, but if I unflick that, it will filter out of the chest. You can't tell it's filtering out, but as you can see, trust me, it's going out, alright, guys. Okay, well, we've got all sorts coming through. Why have we got stuff like that? Anyway, doesn't matter. It's filtering out nicely, and it will end up down in my chest room. But in the meantime, I'm going to repair all my tools, and I'm also going to repair my house just like that. And there we go. And on the inside, it is completely back to normal as well. I still don't know what this sign means when it says it's only the beginning, but I'm destroying that sign. It's ruining the aesthetics. I'm going to the storage system. That's a free sign, I guess. I'm curious to see how my vines are getting along. As you can see, we've had a bit of snow in the place, but yeah, they are slowly growing. It's not quite ready for harvesting, but it's definitely getting there. It also looks like the warden has calmed down a bit, which is good, because I'm probably going to make him a bit angry again as I break stuff. And in a bid to stop the panda from being attacked all the time, I'm actually removing the sand, and I'm going to grab some wool. There will also need to be some wool to, like, stop the warden from hearing it as I transport it in. Looks like my glasses come through nicely, which is very good. So now I can change all of this, which should hopefully make the panda a little bit safer. And I'm going to move it over the carpet, since that's just easier than placing a load of wool, basically. I hope you stay safe. I'll be back in a moment. Realise that a bit of bamboo to lure it might be necessary. Well, actually, more than that. It's more than necessary. It will be very useful. And I should also add a little bit more here, just to keep it safe, because I don't trust you one bit. Now, let's break that. Come on, come and get the bamboo, that's it. It will alert it as it just walks over those little bits, but I'm hoping it'll be okay for a small amount of time. That's it. In you go. Then I'll place... Oh, you grew as well. Well, that's good timing. The wool can be safely broken, and we'll see how long you last. Also, whilst I'm here, I wouldn't mind just grabbing some torches, because in my opinion, this bit does need lighting up. I don't know if torches actually anger the warden. I don't think it's actually detecting him, which will be a nice bonus if that's the case. It's just a nice little thing to have, you know. You walk up and there and it's light. Glad to see my wither still doing okay. That's actually been the easiest one to trap. The guardian... Oh, I just realised there's an elder guardian. I wanted to get out of there because I did not want to get mining fatigue. And I reckon I've given the vines long enough to grow. I'm sure some of them will be harvestable, so I'm going to grab a singular pair of shears, completely fill my inventory. Well, I can't quite do that yet, so I'll just have to mine a little bit more. And now I can completely fill my inventory. Got to take off my boots as well, because otherwise the depth strider will stop me from floating correctly. And in theory, I should just be able to go round. These are the bits that at the moment are truth. It looks like... Oh, look at that. Round, absolutely. Okay, well, we've got to be careful. We don't want to be looking that far down then. So we don't want to be breaking any signs. From what I can tell, this is the perfect angle. Everything works absolutely spot on. So I can F3 and T, which will just allow me to keep floating around. I've discovered a slight problem. The glass is getting broken, which means a wall of that here is not a good idea. But that's why we test these things. Instead, I'll make it stone bricks to completely solve that problem. And I can get back to floating along and mining vines. And as I get to the end, I then float back. Nothing breaks that shouldn't do as well by the looks of things. And once again, I work my way around. If my shears had broken, let's say, I'd get dispensed a new one and be able to carry on mining. Don't you just love it when a brilliant plan comes together? Look at that. Some vines will just float around the water system and catch up to me. It's just excellent. So yeah, I'm going to chill here and get loads and loads of vines. I'll let myself go around this enough times now. And as you can see, I went through quite a few shears. There's about 7 gone. Loads of vines though. I don't think I'll have to worry about this anytime soon again. And I'd love to tell you that my next project is going to involve using vines, but it isn't. But the good thing is, if I ever do need vines, I'll have plenty of them. No, instead, it's time I sort out this farm area. You know, earlier in the episode, doing stuff around here made me realise it looks terrible. It absolutely needs sorting. So first things first, do I have an egg? Okay, so we've got an egg chest there, which means I'm going to grab loads of white shulker boxes, and how many I've got is probably not going to be enough. And I can load them up with these eggs because these chests, they're just too full. don't come out. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to open the chest, not open the gate. And if you're wondering where my totem was, I wasn't paying attention when using that farm, so I accidentally starved. Thankfully, the totem went off and saved my life, and then I heard the totem and realized I needed to eat, so that's where that was. It doesn't like having completely unnecessary close shaves, is there? I've no idea what I'm going to use all these eggs for, but at the very least, it'll be good to have them just in case. So I've got two options here. Either murder all the chickens, or the more humane option, get loads and loads of leads, and attach every single one. Look at that, they just keep walking out and I just keep catching them. I guess they can all attach there, can't you? Then I can grab the stragglers. And you may or may not have noticed, but there is just loads and loads of chickens roaming around randomly, so I'll catch those as well. Mainly because I'm not really a fan of there just being eggs absolutely everywhere. Sheep, on the other hand, they can just roam free. So I'm going to get rid of this massive egg collection system. Because let's be real, I'll never need another egg again. Then I can fill in this hole, get some sleep which will stop this snow from snowing, and grab the blocks to build these animals home. I've also noticed that I'm pretty low on just normal oak logs. I've got loads of stripped ones, but they won't be any good. So I shall head to spawn and use this tree farm to get more. Usually I end up with stripped ones if I use an axe, but if I instead, if I just manually do it. No, see, that's the problem, although. Because you have to kind of right click at the first possible opportunity. So if I'm holding both left click and right click, it plants and mines at the same time. You know what I've noticed? This doesn't work anywhere near as well as it should do. Basically, if you're not using an axe, it doesn't work very well, so I've got to kind of try and... See, that's a mistake as well, though. The solution I've come to is not the best one, but it's literally just where I keep mining the tree like this. When it's mined, I plant it again. It literally would probably be the same speed if I just went into a forest and did it that way. But anyway, I've got quite a lot of wood from it, so I'm pleased with it. And I think what I've got should definitely be enough. I'll just mine up one final tree. There we go. And switch off the machine. Their saplings can go into here. Quite a bit of loot has probably come into this... Okay, apparently quite a lot of loot has not gone into this chest. Must have pretty much got all of it into my inventory, which is nice. And I can use this tunnel I built to go back to my base. I, for some reason, did it without going through this before because I completely forgot that I'd made this. Yeah, I went through that gap through the portal instead. I did not spend all that time making it for nothing. And I only need one stack, so that can go in there. And spruce is something that I need more of, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, in a shulker box right here, I've got absolutely loads of it. So I definitely don't need to worry about that. And hang on a minute, I wouldn't mind a little bit of mossy cobblestone for this build. And what do you need to craft that? Vines. Yeah, I mean, you can use moss, but that doesn't matter. But yes, with my vines, I can make mossy cobblestone. I definitely don't need as much to craft it, but I just wanted to take the opportunity to use it. And now it's time to get building. And the animals that will be living in this will probably not be the chickens. No offense to them, but I'd probably put it the cows and... What on earth has happened here? Why is it on... No, don't burn. Oh my... Why is everything always on fire today? What is it? Well, let me just put this fire out. What does that sign say? I already warned you, leave this place. What do you mean you already warned me, leave this place? What is going on? Who is going on? I only left for 5 minutes and already destruction has happened. Thankfully, the damage is small so I can easily fix it. But it's still quite annoying. And whoever wants me to leave is going to have to realize that it's not happening. I'm staying here till the bitter end. And right now, I want to concentrate on building this little home. Oh, we found a stray chicken. You know what that means. Join... Have you been eating the chickens? I could be wrong, but I think they eat chickens. And I am sure that there was less here than I remember. I could be wrong. I could be making that up. But I really hope they are leaving my chickens alone. If I catch any of you eating my chickens, then I will not be happy. I'm also going to start off with cobblestone for the walls. I can always modify it later to include the mossy bits, but I'm just going to get the general structure down before I try any of that. So far, so good. Apparently this villager wanted to try and walk in. Well, those gates will stop you now, buddy. And that's the general structure. So now I can get busy with the finer details, which will include trapdoors on each side like this. I'm also starting to think that the cats didn't eat my chickens. I know ocelots eat chickens, but I think cats are kind of innocent. And that's the front pretty much done. Now to get on top and work on the roof. A roof that I reckon I need something else to do. Just require a little bit of coal. And I've already got the sticks and logs to make the campfire. And for now, 7 will be enough, as I'm going to use them along the top. In fact, do I want them at this angle? Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted them facing that way or that way, but I think the way I've got it is good. And then we can turn them all, well, put them all out with the shovel. It has to be said, it's a very cool little decorational block, the old campfire. Now, I can bring it up a little bit more with slabs. And then it's a pretty simple cone shape. It's not a cone shape, you know what I mean? Like a V-shaped, triangle-shaped roof involving lots of slabs. And finally, stairs at the back. The space is just starting to get a little bit tight down here, isn't it? Maybe I should have built it a little bit further away from the wall. But I just want to fit in a few upside down stairs like this. And it's going to need light because I do not want any mobs spawning inside. By the way, why are you facing the wrong way? We had a deal. 4 million subscribers and then you can stop looking at it. Anyway, back to business. I think a lantern as light source would look good. That oak beam needs to continue like that. Then we have that. On here we'll have the lantern. I could do with more slabs just in these gaps. And I think it's complete. I think I'm very happy with how that looks. It definitely needs a bit of a fencing going around it. And I think my plan is just to grab every single... Why are there chickens in here? There's just chickens everywhere. But I'm going to grab all the animals out of this place. Come on, everybody out. And I can demolish yet another part of this and build the exact same thing again. But I think having a few side by side that look identical will look pretty good. Or at least I hope it will. Anyway, there's only one way to find out. And that is another one completed. Look at them, side by side. And I reckon the thing I need to do is head back and grab a load of grass blocks and extend this out. Then I can place a bunch of fences. And Operation Upgrade My Farm is complete. Although I'd actually like to mine these up and extend them out a little bit. Plus, I'm going to need to craft a couple of gates so that there is a way in and out. And I also want to split it down the middle. Okay, but I don't have enough for that. But yeah, I want to split it down the middle to segregate the different animals. And I also wouldn't mind adding 1 or 2 more lanterns to keep everything nicely lit up. Do we want that? Yeah, and then we're going to have to change these to be like cobblestone or andesite or whatever. Just for a few final little touches. I'm actually going to make these grass paths as well. I think this is a great idea. Can I? Right, I think if I make this a path and then I put a gate over it. Yep, that works. And then I can guarantee that snow will never come on this, so it'll stay looking like farmland, which is exactly what I want. Ended up running out of oak logs, would you believe it? Thankfully, there's plenty more right here, allowing me to finish this little bit. The left one, I think, can be for the cows. So come on in, guys. Let me get all these leads. All right, all chickens, we're not having you. This is a cows-only space. So yeah, guys, welcome to your new home. I hope you enjoy your stay. And apparently, this one cow got left behind. I'm very, very sorry. It was all an accident. Merely an oversight. You are welcome to come live here. I reckon this next one is perfect for sheep. So come on in, guys. I don't know if I should all dye your different colours, but yeah, you'll probably be alright as you are. Which just leaves me with these 6 million chickens that I have to worry about. I suppose for now, the main priority is just clean up this area. And man, speaking of cleaning up, my inventory needs it. But that's the beauty of the auto sorter. Inventory's effortlessly cleared up. I also don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff, but I'm just going to pick it up. I think that chest doesn't need to ever be there anymore. The only chest that I might find useful is one full of milk, in case I get something like mining fatigue or anything like that. And these golems are glad that they can finally get out of this fence. I don't know why they wanted in there, but at least now they can leave. I'm not sure why this is a fence here and not a gate, because, you know, it would make sense that you can get in and out of this place. You know what I'm now thinking? What if I just rebuilt what I've got there? Hello, Mr. Sir. I brought you from miles away, didn't I? It looks a lot cleverer than it used to. Anyway, I'm thinking, what if I rebuilt this on the other side of this little doorway, and then the farming section would just nicely be mirrored? I think I have to. It's a bit of a project, but I think it'd be worth it because then I'll have a place for the chickens and a place for the pigs. The pigs, which I don't currently have any of, actually. I think I might have eaten all of them in the area. So yeah, tracking down some pigs is also something that needs to happen. There's so many random things in this forest. I feel like I'm picking up litter when I collect those. Speaking of litter, maybe it is time that this flying machine was removed. I think I used it to transport pandas a long time ago, but it's just clutter in the sky that needs to go. And these torches are everywhere. I think it's from when I made that massive minecart track. Mined up the rails because I needed them, but I never bothered mining up the torches because I didn't need them. So that's something I might as well get rid of as well. And that's enough of me tidying up the area. I now need to grab all those items that I actually put into the auto sorter because I'm actually going to need them to do more building. I believe that's everything that I'm going to need, and so I shall get busy and get to work. Just got to tidy up these little bits under here. As sure as night follows day, a golem will always get into my farm pen. Why? You know what? For that, you're dying. It's either me or you, by the way. It's either me or you. Half a heart. Yeah, that was unnecessarily risky. And now that is sorted, let's finally bring in the chickens. Honestly, guys, there is way too many of you. So far, the ones I've got here are only the beginning. Let's grab you and all of you guys. And finally, the big batch. And you know what? I don't think there is actually too many of them. I think there's just a nice, healthy amount of chickens here. Really makes it look like the place is thriving. Obviously, my horse has sadly got nowhere to live, which is a bit of a shame for him. And so because of that, he can now come and live up here next to my house with all these other animals that are trapped in the area, including this allay, which I don't know how you got outside and why you're doing this to yourself. All I do know is that I've got to try and find a pig. And not just one pig, 2 pigs, so then I can actually breed more. So I've got the first one. Honestly, the second one could be anywhere. For now, I'll just get you home. There we go. Now to try and find you a friend, which could be easier said than done. Aha. Yes, whilst this is quite far away, a pig's a pig, so let's get it dragged home. There we go. In you come. I'll be back in a moment. Just need to grab some carrots, which I was about to say apparently we don't have any here, but we have loads, which is very nice indeed. Loads to feed you, and then we can get a baby pig, and I can grow my pig empire. There we are. It's also important that I clear away all this junk. I suppose, can the bee's nest go in it? You know what? We're just gonna pick up what we can, dump it all in here, then go back, grab the rest, and dump in even more. Apparently it's a bit overloaded. I'll take out some things that really do not need to be in there, and the rest can go in this chest. Then there just has to be a few snow blocks and snow layers added around the area to tidy things up. Didn't even bring enough snow, did I? What a rookie error that was. Now I'm just building up this grass pathway, and it should all connect. It's a bit annoying that I couldn't make them both symmetrical, but if I'd had this one further to the right, it would have, you know, this was in the way. The only other option is to move this further to the middle. Can I be bothered, ladies and gentlemen? Do I want to move all these sheep and just do it all over? Why is there loads of villagers in here? My goodness, you put a chest here and they just all wander on and I don't know, it's just annoying. But yeah, would I spend that time moving it all to the side? Well, 3, 2, 1. I just did. Otherwise, it would have really triggered my OCD. I have to say, I really like what I've done. And if I just nip over here, I can grab a couple of carrots and get yet another pig. No, I will not be breeding any of you guys. Very nice indeed. And I just remembered I completely forgot to add all of the lanterns in. So let's get that done. And there we have it. I'll chuck all of this in here. And the sun is setting on this world. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was 4,900 days in hardcore Minecraft. Also, please subscribe so that this villager is able to leave.